My child, come close to me now. Come with your tired heart, your weary mind, and the quiet questions you have carried for so long. Sit with me here in the stillness, for I have been waiting for you. I have watched you walk through days when hope felt heavy, nights when peace felt far, and years when answers did not come when you wished they would. I know every tear you hid, every prayer you whispered, every worry you buried inside your chest so no one else would be burdened. I know, my child, because I have walked beside you through it all. And now, in this moment, I speak directly to you. Not to a crowd, not to the world, but to you, my precious one. I want you to hear my voice as clearly as you hear the beating of your own heart. I want you to know that you were not forgotten, not overlooked, not abandoned in the silence of waiting. Every second of your waiting was seen. Every breath you took in faith, when you felt nothing changing, was noticed. Every time you held on just a little longer, even when you wanted to give up, I saw you. And today, as you listen to my words, I want you to understand something deep inside your soul. You have waited long enough. You have waited long enough to feel peace again. You have waited long enough to see light where there has only been shadow. You have waited long enough to receive the blessing that has been growing quietly, slowly, faithfully, just out of your sight. I know how hard it has been for you. I know the weight of the years that have passed. I know the disappointments that shape the way you think about your own life. You have told yourself many times that maybe your miracle is not coming, maybe your prayer is too small, maybe your life is too far along to see something new. But listen to me now, my beloved child, I am not finished with you. Your age does not limit me. Your past does not hinder me. Your mistakes do not stop my love. You are still in my hands, and my hands do not let go. So as you listen to me speak, breathe slowly. Let every word settle into your heart like a soft rain on dry ground. I am not speaking to frighten you or to overwhelm you. I am speaking to remind you of who you are and who I am. You are mine. You belong to me, beautifully, eternally, deeply. And I am your God, steadfast, gentle, patient, and faithful through all generations. I know you have wondered why certain things took so long. I know you have questioned why I allowed you to walk through seasons that felt empty, quiet, or confusing. Many times you felt like nothing was moving forward. You thought you were stuck. But, my child, waiting does not mean my absence. Waiting means preparation. While you were waiting, I was arranging. While you were waiting, I was protecting. While you were waiting, I was building something better than what you were asking for. Waiting was not punishment. Waiting was the soil where your blessing has been growing, even when you could not see the roots forming beneath the surface. I know you carry memories, some tender, some painful. I know you replay moments from your life and wonder if you could have done something differently, said something differently, chosen something differently. And in those memories, I want you to hear me whisper gently, my child, I was there, even in the decisions that left you uncertain, even in the seasons where you didn't understand yourself, even in the mistakes that still trouble your heart. I have never stopped caring for you. I speak now because you are entering a new season, one I have prepared carefully, lovingly, intentionally. A season where you will understand why the road behind you twisted the way it did. A season where the heaviness you carried will begin to lift. A season where you will feel me closer than you ever have before. You are not at the end of your story. You are at the turning point, the moment when what was delayed begins to unfold. So hear me when I say you've waited long enough, not because you were impatient, but because the time has finally come. The moment I planned before you were born is beginning to rise like dawn after the longest night. I want you to face this new season with open hands, open heart, open eyes. Do not fear what is ahead. Do not shrink back. Do not think you are too old, too tired, or too late to receive something beautiful from me. Miracles do not expire. Promises do not evaporate. Blessings do not have an age limit. Come back to me in your heart. Let me carry the things you can no longer carry alone. You have spent so much time being strong. You have held yourself together when no one else knew how close you were to falling apart. But I am here now, not to demand more strength from you, but to give you mine. I want your heart to rest. I want your mind to breathe. I want your spirit to rise again, not in your power, but in mine. I know you long for peace, peace that stays, peace that lasts, peace that does not slip away when life becomes difficult. That peace comes from me, and today I offer it to you again like a gift placed gently into your hands. You don't need to reach high for it. You don't need to earn it. Just open your heart, and let me place it inside. Come closer, my child. Lean into my presence. I am not far. I have never been far. Even when you couldn't feel me, I was nearer than your own breath. Even when you doubted, I stayed. Even when you felt unworthy, I covered you with love. And even now, as you listen, I surround you with a love that has no end. You have called my name many times throughout your life. Sometimes in joy, sometimes in sorrow, sometimes in fear, sometimes in gratitude. And I heard every call. I answered in ways you saw and in ways you didn't. And today I call your name in return, not to lead you into fear, but to lead you into fulfillment. Not to remind you of your past, but to reveal your future. Not to hurry you, but to lift you gently into what I have prepared. My beloved child, the season of waiting is giving way to the season of unfolding. The doors that stayed closed will begin to open. The burdens that felt permanent will begin to loosen. The prayers you prayed with trembling voice will begin to return with gentle answers. And the hope you thought you lost will rise inside you again. And as you take these first quiet steps into this new season with me, I want to walk with you through the deeper places of your heart, the places where your oldest memories sleep, and where your hidden worries live. You have carried so much inside yourself for so long that sometimes you forget how heavy it has been. You forget how many years you have lived with questions that never seemed to have answers, with wounds that never fully closed, with moments that still whisper to you in the night. But, my beloved child, you do not need to hide these things from me. I already know them, and I want to sit with you inside them. Not to shame you, not to scold you, but to heal and strengthen you from the inside out. You have walked through seasons when faith came easily, when you felt me close, when the light around you seemed warm and certain. But you have also walked through moments that shook you, moments when you looked at the world around you and wondered why life had to be so hard. You wondered why people left, why dreams faded, why plans fell apart just as you began to trust in them. You wondered why I didn't take away the pain sooner or answer the prayer faster. You wondered why I let you experience loneliness when all you wanted was closeness. You wondered why the world sometimes felt so loud while your heart felt so quiet. My child, I saw every one of those thoughts. I heard every unspoken prayer. I know that the quietest doubts hurt the most, because they sit deep in your heart where no one else can see them. But I want you to understand something today. Those moments did not weaken your faith. They shaped it. Every struggle you survived, every tear you wiped away, every disappointment that you learned to stand back up from, these became the stepping stones that brought you here, to this moment where you can finally hear my voice with new clarity. I want you to reflect with me for a moment, not with regret, but with gentleness. Think of how many times you believed you could not make it through something, yet you did. Think of how many times your heart felt like it would break, yet it healed enough for you to love again, trust again, hope again. You thought you were weak in those moments, but I saw your strength. You thought you were alone, but I was carrying you. You thought the darkness would swallow you, but the light inside you, my light, kept glowing even when everything else went dim. You have lived long enough to know that life is a mixture of joy and sorrow. You have felt laughter that lifted your spirit, and you have felt heartbreak that bent your knees. You have watched the seasons of your life change like the turning of leaves. You have gained things you treasured, and you have lost things you never thought you'd have to let go of. You have stood beside graves, spoken farewells you were not ready for, and walked away from chapters you wish could have lasted a little longer. And yet, through it all, you are still here, still breathing, still believing, still searching for meaning, still longing for me. Do not look at your life and see only the broken pieces. Look again, my child, and you will see a story filled with resilience, courage, and grace. You will see moments where you got up when you had every reason to stay down. You will see the strength that comes only through years of living, years of trying, years of learning how to hold on when the world felt unstable beneath your feet. You will see how many battles you have already won, not because you were always strong, but because I never left your side. I want you to understand something deeply. You have never disappointed me, not once. You have made choices that hurt you, yes. You have made decisions that led you into storms you did not need to walk through. But even then, I never turned away. I guided you back, sometimes slowly, sometimes softly, sometimes through lessons you did not want to learn, but never in anger, and never in judgment. I know your heart, my child. I know that even when you faltered, you still longed for me. And that longing, small as it may have felt at times, was enough to keep you connected to me through every season. You have waited for things, longed for things, that seemed to drift further away as the years passed. You have asked me for healing, for restoration, for peace, for clarity, for purpose, for love, and you have wondered why some of those prayers seemed unanswered. But I want you to see something from my perspective. I was not ignoring you. I was protecting you. I was shaping you. I was preparing you for blessings that required maturity, patience, and spiritual strength to carry. Some gifts take time to grow, and you needed time to grow with them. And now, as you stand at this tender place in your journey, I want to reflect with you on the beauty of your heart. You are not hardened. Even after everything you've endured, your heart is still soft enough to care. It is still open enough to hope. It is still tender enough to love. Do you know how precious that is to me? Many hearts grow cold with age, but yours has stayed warm through everything. It has stayed open, stayed gentle, stayed willing to feel, even when feeling meant hurting. That is not weakness. That is strength that angels admire. Let me speak to another part of your heart, the part that wonders if it is too late for you, too late to change, too late to grow, too late to experience joy again, too late to see my promises fulfilled. My child, hear me clearly. It is not too late. You are not too old, not too far gone, not too forgotten. I breathe life into dry bones. I bring spring after the longest winter. I restore what was lost. I revive what fell asleep. I rebuild what was broken. And I can do all of this for you, even now. Reflect with me also on the ways you have loved others, ways you think no one noticed, but I noticed. I saw you giving even when you had little to give. I saw you caring for people who never understood the depth of your kindness. I saw the sacrifices you made quietly, silently, without applause. I saw the nights you stayed awake thinking of someone else's pain. I saw the prayers you prayed for people who never knew you prayed. Nothing you have done in love has ever been wasted. It has all been woven into your story like golden threads that shine in my sight. My child, the years behind you were not lost. They were teaching years, shaping years, sowing years. And now the seeds you planted through your tears, through your patience, through your endurance, those seeds are ready to rise. What seemed buried is only planted. What seemed delayed is only developing. What seemed denied is only being prepared for the right moment. And that moment is drawing near. So let your heart reflect, not with fear, but with peace. Let every memory that comes to your mind be held in the gentleness of my hands. Let me show you that nothing in your life has been wasted, nothing has been ignored, nothing has been forgotten. I am the God who remembers. I am the God who restores. I am the God who renews. And I am the God who is calling you forward now. And now, my child, as you breathe in all that we have reflected on together, I want to lift your heart even higher. You have walked through heaviness long enough. You have spent so many years carrying burdens you never spoke about, holding questions you never dared to ask out loud, and trying to be strong even when you felt like you had nothing left to give. But now I want to pour encouragement into your spirit, the kind of encouragement that settles deep inside you and begins to awaken hope you thought had grown old. You have been so patient, more patient than you give yourself credit for. You have endured storms that would have broken others. You have survived seasons that seemed endless. You have stood in moments where it felt like the world moved forward while you stayed still. But here you are, still standing, still breathing, still listening for my voice. That tells me something powerful about you. You have not given up. And because you have not given up, I tell you now, your next chapter will be marked by my goodness in ways you cannot yet imagine. I want to speak directly into the part of your heart that feels tired. Not physically tired, though I know you feel that too, but spiritually tired, tired from waiting, tired from hoping, tired from believing when nothing seemed to change. You have wondered if you still have the strength to keep going. But listen to me, you do not need to keep going in your strength alone. I will give you mine. When your legs feel weak, I will support you. When your heart feels weary, I will breathe new life into it. When your faith feels small, I will make it enough. You do not need to be strong for me. You only need to be willing. I will be strong for you. My child, you are closer to your breakthrough than you realize. I know you have heard those words before from people who meant well, but this time you are hearing it from me, the one who knows your beginning, your middle, and your ending. You are not walking in circles. You are not repeating the same path. You are moving forward, step by gentle step, even if it feels slow. And every step you take is bringing you closer to the moment where the blessing you have waited for begins to unfold before your eyes. Be encouraged, because I have seen your tears, every single one. Not one has fallen unnoticed. Not one has been ignored. Your tears have been prayers, even on days when you didn't have the strength to speak. And I have stored them as seeds of hope, and those seeds are ready to spring forth in ways that will surprise you. You thought you cried alone, but I was with you each time, holding your heart carefully, whispering strength into your spirit, even when you couldn't feel me. Be encouraged, because what you think is the end of your story is not the end at all. The end of a season is not the end of your purpose. The closing of a chapter is not the closing of your destiny. I write stories that do not finish in darkness. I write stories that pass through darkness on their way to light. And you, my beloved child, are still moving toward that light. Do not think your best moments are behind you. Do not think your joy has passed you by. The same God who blessed you before will bless you again. The same God who carried you then is carrying you now. Be encouraged, because what you lost is not the end of what I can give. You have let go of people, dreams, opportunities, and seasons that you cherished. Some were taken from you gently, some were taken suddenly. Some endings left you with peace, others left you with wounds. But I am the God who restores. I can give you peace in places where pain once lived. I can give you clarity where confusion once lingered. I can bring new connections, new joy, new direction, new strength. No matter your age, no matter your past, no matter what you think is possible. I do not measure my ability by time. I measure it by love. And my love for you has no limit. Be encouraged, because the prayers you prayed in silence were not forgotten. You may not have seen the answers yet, but the moment you prayed, I began moving. Sometimes the answer takes time to reach your life because I am weaving it together perfectly. Sometimes the answer requires preparation of your heart or the hearts of others. Sometimes the answer is bigger than what you asked for, and big blessings take time to grow. But none of your prayers vanished into the air. None were wasted. None were ignored. You are about to see the fruit of prayers you prayed long ago. My child, hear my encouragement. You are loved more deeply than you know. I have loved you through every season, through every failure, through every triumph, through every doubt. I have loved you when you felt strong and when you felt weak. I have loved you when you walked in faith and when you stumbled in fear. I have loved you when you prayed with confidence and when you whispered with trembling. Nothing has ever changed my love for you, and nothing ever will. You are precious to me, more precious than all the gold and jewels in the world. Feel my presence wrapping around you now, gently like a warm blanket on a cold night. I am giving you comfort that no human words can give. I am giving you peace that does not depend on circumstances. I am giving you reassurance that everything you have walked through is purpose, and everything you are walking into is promise. I am not a God of confusion, I am a God of clarity. I am not a God of fear, I am a God of courage. I am not a God who abandons, I am a God who stays. Let your heart lift now, even if only a little. Let hope rise again inside you, slowly, softly, like dawn rising after a long night. You do not need to feel strong all at once. You do not need to feel renewed all at once. Even a small spark of hope is enough for me to work with. Even a small step forward is enough for me to guide. Even a small whisper of faith is enough for me to bless. You may not see the full picture yet, but I do. I see the path ahead. I see the blessing prepared for you. I see the peace coming your way. I see the joy ready to return to your life. I see the healing that is already beginning. And I see the strength rising inside you, even if you feel weak. So be encouraged, my child. You have not missed what I have for you. You have not fallen behind. You have not been forgotten. You are right on time, right where you need to be for what is coming next. You have waited long enough, and now your heart will begin to feel the shift, the lifting, the stirring of new things. I am with you, and I am leading you gently, step by step, into the blessing that has been waiting for you just as you have been waiting for it. And as you keep walking with me, I will show you the way. And as you feel this encouragement settling inside your heart, my child, I want to gently place my hand on your shoulder and guide you into a deeper understanding. Because love is not only comfort, it is also truth. And because I love you, I must speak to you with honesty, tenderness, and clarity. What I am about to say is not to frighten you, but to protect you, to keep you steady, and to help you walk safely into the blessings I have prepared. You are entering a season where your spirit must stay awake, your heart must stay humble, and your eyes must stay open to what truly matters. For too long you have carried burdens that were never meant to be yours. You have allowed voices from your past to shape your present. You have held on to fears that once protected you but now only hold you back. You have listened to doubts that whisper lies about who you are and what your future can be. You have allowed guilt to sit in places where forgiveness should have lived, and you have allowed shame to linger where freedom should have blossomed. My child, hear my voice clearly now. You cannot carry old chains into a new season. There are things you must release. Not because I am angry, but because I want to free you. I want to lift you out of the patterns that weighed you down for years. Some of the heaviness you feel is not from the world around you. It is from the things you never let go of. And now, because your blessing is near, because the waiting is ending, because the breakthrough is rising like dawn, the enemy would love nothing more than to keep you tied to old wounds, old fears, old lies. But I, your God, will not let that happen, not if you stay close to me. So listen closely, my beloved child. This is a season where you must guard your heart. Guard it from voices that drain your hope. Guard it from people who speak fear instead of faith, confusion instead of clarity, doubt instead of belief. Guard it from patterns that steal your peace, from habits that weaken your spirit, from distractions that make you forget my presence. You have a gentle heart, a compassionate heart, a caring heart, but sometimes that beautiful heart gives away too much space to things that do not deserve it. Be careful, my child, of what you allow into your thoughts. Your mind is precious to me. What you think shapes what you feel, and what you feel shapes what you believe, and what you believe shapes the life you walk into. I want your thoughts to be filled with peace, not fear, with hope, not despair, with trust, not anxiety, with light, not darkness. The enemy tries to plant seeds of discouragement when you are tired, seeds of confusion when you are uncertain, seeds of fear when you are vulnerable. But you must stand firm and remember those voices are not mine. Be careful, too, of what you hold onto from your past. There are memories you revisit that only hurt you. There are regrets you rehearse that only weaken you. There are failures you replay that I have already forgiven. You punish yourself for things I released long ago. You carry guilt for things I no longer remember. The enemy wants you to look backward so you cannot move forward. But I call you into the present, into the path ahead, not the path behind. When you cling to the past, you block the blessing waiting for you in the future. Be careful of bitterness. You have been hurt deeply, I know. You have been disappointed by people you trusted. You have been misunderstood, overlooked, and unappreciated. But bitterness is a quiet thief. My child, it does not scream. It slowly drains the joy from your spirit. Do not give bitterness space in your heart. Forgive, not because they deserved it, but because your peace deserves it. Release. Not because what happened was right, but because holding on to it keeps you from receiving what I want to give you next. Let go. Not because you are weak, but because you are strong enough to live free. Be careful also of comfort that keeps you small. Sometimes you stay where you are not because it is good, but because it is familiar. Fear tells you that change is dangerous. But I tell you that change is a doorway I often use to bless my children. Do not settle for a life that is smaller than what I designed for you. Do not shrink back from opportunities I place before you. Do not let worry convince you to stay where you are when I am calling you to step forward. You are entering a new season. Do not cling to old limitations. And now, my child, I must speak to you with the tenderness of a father who wants to protect his beloved. Be watchful of spiritual slumber. It is easy to become tired, especially after many years of carrying heavy burdens. It is easy to become discouraged, distracted, or spiritually numb. But this is not a time to fall asleep. This is not a time to grow distant or quiet in your faith. This is not a time to let the fire inside you grow dim. The enemy loves to strike when hearts grow sleepy. But I am here to shake you gently awake, to remind you that your spirit is stronger than you believe. I want you to stay close to me in this season. Walk with me in the small moments. Speak to me in the quiet hours. Trust me with the things you cannot understand. Let my words be your guide, not the noise around you. I will warn you when danger comes near. I will steer you away from traps and lies. I will protect your heart from deception, but you must stay in my presence. The closer you stay to me, the farther fear will stay from you. And here is what you must understand: blessings come with responsibility. When I open new doors, you must walk through them with wisdom. When I give you new peace, you must protect it. When I bring new opportunities, you must use them with discernment. When I lift you higher, you must stay humble. When I bless you, you must stay grateful. These are not burdens, they are safeguards. They are the rails that keep you steady on the path to joy. So hear my loving warning: do not go back to what broke you. Do not return to what I freed you from. Do not reopen doors I have closed. Do not entertain lies I have silenced. Do not trust voices that lead you away from me. You are walking into the season you prayed for. Do not let the shadows of yesterday steal the light of tomorrow. I want you to be wise, my child. I want you to be strong, not in yourself, but in me. I want you to recognize temptation when it disguises itself as comfort. I want you to recognize fear when it disguises itself as caution. I want you to recognize doubt when it disguises itself as being realistic. You are not meant to live by fear or by the limits of your past. You are meant to live by faith. And I tell you again, gently but firmly, you have waited long enough. But now that the waiting is ending, you must be ready. Ready to release, ready to trust, ready to walk, ready to receive, ready to step into the fullness of what I am placing before you. You are not alone in this. I am with you, guiding you with a father's heart, leading you with a shepherd's hand, watching over you with a love that never sleeps. Stay close to me, and you will walk safely into what comes next. My beloved child, as you continue to walk with me into this final part of the message I have placed upon your heart, listen gently and slowly, for I am not rushing you, and I am not demanding anything harsh from you. I am simply drawing you closer, inviting you deeper, and reminding you that the journey you are on is precious to me. Every step you have taken, even the steps you thought were wasted, have led you here, to this moment where my voice meets your spirit in a quiet and sacred place. And now, as you enter this last portion of my message, I want you to breathe, to rest your heart, and to understand that what I am giving you is not only guidance but comfort, not only instruction but healing, not only wisdom but love that never leaves, never weakens, never grows tired of you. My child, I know there are days when you feel as if your strength is nearly gone. You look at the world around you, and sometimes you feel overwhelmed by its noise, its confusion, its rushing movement. You wonder if you still have a place in it, if you still matter, if your voice, your presence, and your prayers still hold power. But listen to me now, you matter more than you know. Your prayers rise before me like incense. Your heart, even when quiet, even when tired, still speaks loudly in my presence. And your simple trust, even the smallest amount, moves my heart more than the world will ever understand. You may not realize it, but every time you choose kindness, every time you forgive when forgiveness feels hard, every time you pray even when you feel nothing, every time you speak gently instead of harshly, every time you carry your pain without passing it to others, you shine with a light that pushes back darkness in ways you cannot see. Never think your goodness has been unnoticed. Never think your life has been small. Never think your sacrifices were forgotten. The world may overlook you, but heaven has recorded every tear, every struggle, every moment you chose love instead of bitterness. And now, my child, I want to bring you deeper into something very important. You are not defined by your mistakes. I know how often your mind returns to past errors, regrets, missed opportunities, or words you wish you had said differently. You relive moments that I have already forgiven. You carry burdens that I have already lifted. You hold on to guilt that I have already washed away. Come close now and listen. When I forgave you, it was complete. I am not waiting to punish you. I am not holding anything against you. I am not disappointed in you. You have to let my mercy be stronger than your memory of the past. You have to let my healing be louder than your self-accusation. There is a gentle freedom that I want to give you in these moments, a freedom that says, you have permission to begin again. My child, you do not need to be perfect to be loved. You do not need to have all the answers to be chosen. You do not need to have strength every day to remain in my arms. Your weaknesses do not push me away, they draw me closer. Because when you are weak, you lean on me. When you are uncertain, you trust me. When you feel empty, you open yourself to receive me. And when you cannot walk, I carry you. I want to remind you of something that your heart needs to hear: you are not alone. Even when you feel lonely, you are not alone. Even when no one seems to understand you, I understand you completely. Even when you're surrounded by silence, My presence fills the space around you. Even when you speak no words, I hear the ones inside your heart. And when you feel like no one sees your struggles, know that I see every detail. I have walked with you through every valley, stood beside you in every storm, and held your hand in moments when you did not even know you were being held. Now, as you come into this final movement of the journey, let me place my peace upon you. The peace I give is not the peace the world gives. The world offers temporary comfort, temporary distraction, temporary relief, but my peace settles deep within your soul and stays there. My peace is not shaken by storms. My peace is not threatened by confusion. My peace is not broken by fear. My peace endures, and I want this peace to guard your heart like a gentle shield, surrounding you with calm even when life becomes uncertain. My beloved child, you have asked me many times, Lord, what do you want from me? What do you desire from my life? And my answer is simple: I want your heart. Not your perfection, not your performance, not your fear of failing. I want your heart. I want you to let me love you. I want you to let me carry what is too heavy for you. I want you to trust that my plans for you are still good, even if you do not yet see their unfolding. Your age does not limit me. Your past does not cancel my calling. Your doubts do not erase my promises. I am not done with you. As long as you breathe, I am working. As long as you seek me, I am guiding. As long as you hope, even in small ways, I am lifting you. There is something very tender I want to whisper to you now. Do not be afraid of the future. You do not walk into it alone. You do not face it with your own strength. You do not enter it without purpose. The same God who has carried you from your first breath to this very moment will not abandon you in the days to come. I will walk with you through every season. I will strengthen you when you feel tired. I will give you wisdom when decisions are heavy. I will comfort you when days feel long. I will surround you with grace that meets you exactly where you are. And my child, there is still beauty waiting for you. There are still moments of joy prepared for you. There are still prayers I will answer. There are still blessings on their way to you. There are still people who will be touched by your kindness. There are still things I will reveal to your heart. Do not think your story is finished. I am still writing, still shaping, still breathing life into places you thought were done. Listen to me one last time in this long message of love. You belong to me. You always have, you always will. Nothing can separate you from my love. Not fear, not weakness, not age, not mistakes, not sorrow, not the darkness of the world, not even your own doubts. You are mine and I am yours. So now, my beloved child, walk forward with peace. Walk forward with courage. Walk forward with hope. Walk forward knowing that the God who created the stars holds your life with tenderness. Walk forward knowing that you are cherished. Walk forward knowing that I go before you, walk beside you, and remain with you. And remember always, I love you with an everlasting love, and I will never stop speaking to your heart.